Well, hey there, Russell Peden here. Thanks for taking time to watch my video. I just want to record another video for my new YouTube channel, Free-Dem Patriots. So that's right, Free-Dem, like free from the Democratic Party Patriots. But I'm not going to get into the Democratic Party today. I want to talk to you about one of the things that I mentioned on the Breitbart News interview that I did at the Blexit Rally in Richmond, Virginia, that was hosted by Candace Owens. And one of the statements I made in that interview that has got a lot of people, I think, questioning or upset, or at least wondering what I meant by it, was I don't believe that America is a racist country. I say that because that's based upon my own experience. I'm not saying there's not racism in America. I just don't think that racism is a hindrance anymore in this country. I don't think that America is a racist country. I didn't think it was a racist country as I grew up. But I believe there are certainly racist people in the country. Racism does exist, but America is not a racist country. If it was a racist country, then people who look like me, who've gone on to have successful businesses and lived, have successful families today I have an income and a lifestyle that I used to only dream about as a kid, and people who look like me used to only dream about. But I'm just one of thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of successful African Americans in this country, black people in this country. I hate the term African American. I prefer to use the term black because I'm a black person living in America. I'm American who happens to be black. But anyway, so I don't automatically assume, like many blacks who I talk to or who I hear from, or I've seen on television and or heard on the radio, that they assume that all white people are racist. I don't assume all white people are racist because my experience showed me growing up in my latter part of my formative years, kind of from middle school through high school, that's just not the case. Now, obviously, there are racist people around, but I didn't experience any overt racism growing up where I grew up. And if America was a racist country, then how can a kid like me be born in East St. Louis, Illinois, and then raised in my early formative years in South Central Los Angeles, an area called the Jungle back then. Now it's called South Central LA. They're trying to call it, the new name is called Baldwin something, because they're trying to make it, the Jungle doesn't sound very, very nice. So, but basically South Central Los Angeles. How was I able to go from East St. Louis to South Central LA to finishing high school, going to college, starting a business in high school, starting a business when in college. Today that affords me a terrific income and lifestyle for my family, allows me to put my kids in private school because I recognize that education is important. But again, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just one of thousands and thousands and thousands of successful stories in this country. There are many, 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 many successful black people. And I'm not just talking about business owners. I happen to prefer business as the way out because that was my way out, and I think it can be most people's way out if they wanted to. Obviously, you can go to school, get education, and get a job doing something that you're passionate about, and you can create a fantastic lifestyle as a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, or anything at all. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's something that you feel passionate about and you want to pursue, you can do that. And it doesn't have to be business. I just happen to be an entrepreneur, and I want others to be entrepreneurs. I want my kids to be entrepreneurs. And whether they end up doing something else is up to them. But that's just how I feel. I believe that in this country, it's possible. See, I believe that only in this country, by God's grace, can what happened to me and happened to thousands of others happen, because it's by God's good grace and the fact we live in the greatest country on the face of the earth that it's possible. See, people who look like me in other parts of the world don't have the same opportunities that we have here. And speaking of opportunity, that's the one thing that America guarantees you is an opportunity. There's a book out called Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by my friend Robert Kiyosaki. He created the book because he created a board game called Cash Flow, and the game was designed to teach people the financial principles that he was taught by his rich dad that he writes about in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. But the first part of the game is to get yourself out of the rat race, from living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And to do that, the most prevalent items on the circle of the rat race is opportunity. He does that to prove a point that in this country, opportunity is all around us. Everywhere you look, there's an opportunity to better yourself, an opportunity to invest in yourself, an opportunity to start a business, get a job, invest in real estate, invest in the stock market, whatever it is. Now, you might say, well, I don't know people. People have to be taught that stuff. You're right. But here's the great part about it. You can learn anything you want to learn about anything in this country, and it doesn't cost you anything. I remember growing up as a kid, my mom used to share that with me, that if there's something I want to know about, go to the library, because you can learn anything you want to learn about anything, and it won't cost you anything. Today we have the internet. Today, through the beauty of the internet and a smartphone, you can find out anything you want to find out about anything, and again, it won't cost you anything except the cost of your phone, maybe your data plan. But even the poorest of the poor in this country have access to a free smartphone and have access to the internet, which is a wealth of knowledge. Again, anything about anything, it doesn't cost you anything. So if you're willing to find the information that interests you, I remember when I used to go to the library, I would read books. I'd spend hours reading books on anything that popped in my head. I remember reading books on business because I knew that business was my way out of living the lifestyle that we live. You know, my mom living paycheck to paycheck, me having to get a job and give her my check every 2 weeks just to help her pay the bills because she wasn't earning enough to pay the bills and provide us with the lifestyle that she wanted. And for me to have the things that I wanted, I had to work for it. My mom said, if you wanted something, you got to go get it yourself. And that's why I went and got a job at the age of 14 and a half, 15, my first job, started my first business hanging wallpaper at the age of 16. And that's the prime example, guys. And again, I'm not just talking about me, I'm just using myself because everything I said is based on my own experience. So that's why, I'm just another story, and there are literally tens of thousands of stories very similar to mine. But I started a business hanging wallpaper because I learned how to hang wallpaper by getting a job at a place that sold wallpaper. And one of the things that you had to know when you worked there is they taught you about wallpaper, how to match colors, how to hang wallpaper, because people would come in asking questions and you needed to be able to know how to answer their questions. So I learned how to hang wallpaper by working at Wallpapers To Go. And as a result, I took the skills that I learned from my job and decided to turn it into a business for myself at age 16. And while many people were having fun and going to games, hanging out with friends, on the weekends, I'd be in someone's house, hanging in a bedroom or hanging in a bathroom, a wallpaper, making more money in an afternoon than most people make all month hanging out with their friends. So again, my point there is that if you're willing to learn a skill and become more valuable, the marketplace will reward people who are valuable. You get paid based upon the amount of value that you bring to the marketplace. And here's what I mean. If you're like I was when I first started as a kid with not any skills, 15, 16 years old, then the marketplace says that a kid with zero skills is only worth the minimum wage, right? If you don't have the skills, then the marketplace says this is what we pay people who don't have many skills. Now, if you want to increase your skills by working a job that doesn't pay much so you can learn skills and then learn something, you'll become more valuable. And if you become more valuable, then you'll be worth more. The marketplace or the workplace will pay you more. Now, again, there's the workplace and the marketplace. The workplace is where someone else decides what you're worth. The marketplace is where you decide what you're worth. But again, no matter which one you go into, you have to increase your value. If you increase your value by increasing your education and your skills, the workplace will pay you more than minimum wage. If you increase your value and your skills, then the marketplace will pay you more. For example, I always tell my girls, look, you can go work at a car wash for a minimum wage, right? And all you're doing is wiping off the car, soap and water and rags, drying it off, right? It's not a hard skill, an easy skill to learn. And because it's an easy skill to learn, it doesn't pay very much. But that same skill transferred over to the marketplace can command, over here it might command $7 or $8 an hour. Over here it can command, $20 or $30 an hour. Same exact skills, but different place, the marketplace. I may be getting off topic here, but the point I'm trying to make, guys, going back to how I started, is I don't think all white people are racist. I don't think that America is a racist country. Again, there's certainly racist people in this country, but America's not a racist country. And if you will embrace that and begin to understand that and don't believe everything that you heard from your friends and your family, the media, entertainment, Hollywood, MSNBC, CNN, they keep reiterating the same thing over and over and over again. And if you'll just stop believing it and go and from your own experience, understanding that growing up, most people you came in contact with that were white probably were not racist. If that's true, and I'm sure it probably is, then that means that this lie that all white people are bad and they think black people are horrible or that they're beneath them just isn't true. So that means you can begin to think differently, and you can begin to increase your own value in the world, increase your own value in the marketplace, write your own paycheck, if you will, and reach any level of success you desire. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to receive notification about upcoming videos when I record them, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I record new videos. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.